Now, the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, although it starts with a bit of a down note, Yugioh getting absorbed into Yuri, some people will see that as a sad thing, really. Yugioh is a good character. However, I would argue that Yuri is just a little bit better than Yugioh, so the fact that he's taken on Yugioh's soul, I would really like to see, like, I'm not sure how many episodes of Yuri Yugioh we're going to get. Hopefully a couple. I'd like to see if Yugioh is able to talk to Yuri the same way that Yusho is able to talk to Yuya. One reason why I don't think this is because it was kind of more of a hostile takeover than a I am absorbing you and going to work together kind of thing. So that's one reason why I don't think it's going to work like that. However, one thing I am certain of is the fact that, obviously, Yuri now has Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So the way he's absolutely going to have to defeat Yusho is by summoning out his Clear Wing. Just seeing him summon Clear Wing will be cool, seeing Yuri use a Synchro Monster. But if he's able to combine that with his Star Venom Dragon, that'll be amazing. I mean, what kind of combination we're going to get now? That'll be sick. I actually really like Yuri's evil personality because it's kind of like a weird sort of... He really takes pleasure in the suffering of others in a... He is an entertainment-style duelist, believe it or not. It's just his own entertainment-style duelist. He does his duels to entertain himself, whereas Yusho does it to entertain others. So that's why I think this is a really good matchup, Yusho versus Yuri. Question though, how come Yuri is the only one that's got these, like, force push, the darkness pushing powers? How come Yuya didn't get any of that? I haven't seen Yuya use any abilities. He's done, like, I guess, shockwaves, and he's made his monsters... I don't know. I don't think he's had any of these powers. How come Yuri got those? I'm not sure. Something else that I noticed is when Yuri approaches Yusho to duel him, there's this, like, music playing, and it really reminded me of Majora's Mask, the Legend of Zelda game. It's the actual theme song for the Majora's Mask, like, character. It's kind of got this, like, I'm not sure what instrument it is, but there's, like, a violin, and then there's this, like, I don't know what it is, it's like another thing that's going on. But it sounds really similar to it, it just reminded me of that, because Majora's Mask is quite like a maniacal, like, sort of child kind of thing, so, yeah, I thought it was a cool parallel. Obviously, it's just a coincidence, they're not actually linked, I don't think. Something else that I hope they address later in this series is obviously Yuri challenges Yusho to a duel because he wants to defeat a father in front of his son. He's never done that before, he'll get some real entertainment out of that. And the entire time he's saying to Yusho, to Yuya, so this is your dad, you have a family, and Yusho doesn't let Yuya answer. He says, no, I am his dad, and I will defend my son, and obviously the people that you've carded, I'm doing it all for them. I hope at some point during this series we get a bit of confirmation if Yusho is actually Yuya's biological father, because obviously when the worlds got split, and it was implied that Zark purposely had Yuya be reincarnated with Yusho, so I just wasn't too sure if they'll address that again to find out if they are actually a family. But I'm sure they will. It seems like something they'll talk about eventually. So yeah, not that it matter. I think it'd be one of those things that I know you're not my real son, but you're still my son, and then that'd be like a nice little like adopted family message for any adopted children out there. Then I don't know. I guess that's a nice thing. I guess. I don't know. Now I was going to talk about the professor for a second and how stupid I think he is. So first of all, he's rushing the revival of his daughter. The guy's like, you want me to transfer Rory? You said you were going to do that at 70% or something like that. And he's like, no, do it now, we need to get her back. Like, isn't this going to possibly compromise your daughter's revival? So that I didn't understand. And something that people had mentioned before, which I always thought, why did he let Yuri sort of work for him? Why wouldn't he just kill Yuri and then, look, they can't fuse together now, there's only 3 of them. But let's just say that if you kill one of them, their spirit escapes and they go into one of the other ones. Let's just pretend that's a thing. Still though, why would you get him involved in all this? I don't know, maybe it's to keep a close eye on Yuri. Maybe it's because he seemed like someone that was loyal and with his power he'd be able to defeat the other people. I don't know. It was just a weird thing. Because Yuri had the privilege of being able to go to these different dimensions with his little teleport thing. So obviously there was a very strong chance that he'd be able to fuse with the other Yuyas. So now when the professor's like, oh no, Yuri's fused with Yugioh, we need to speed this up. I'm like, well, that's obviously going to happen, isn't it? So yeah, that's just one criticism I have for this series at the moment. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I haven't actually talked about the meat of this episode, which is Yusho actually dueling, because we haven't seen him have a full duel yet. And I actually like the way he duels. He's like a proper entertainment duelist. And I don't think he seems as preachy as Yuya as well, where Yuya's like, no, this is the best way to duel. Do what I do. Yusho's more like, watch this, you'll enjoy this, kind of thing. So I think I like Yusho. I think he's a good character. But he summons his Sky Magician, which is apparently, I think, his ace monster. And it's got some pretty unique effects. But Yusho seems really, like, cocky in, like, not a bad way, but, like, in a funny way. Where Yuri's just done his turn, and it's Yusho's turn. He's like, is that all you're going to do? He's like, well, it'll have to do for now. He's like, And there's just some of the stuff he says in the episode. It made me laugh. But he activates a card, which he says that he's going to predict what the face-down card is that Yuri has. Not only that, he's going to predict what his actual like strategy card is. His main card of his deck, his ace card. It's not. It's his Fusion Dragon. That's his ace monster. But you know what I mean. So I do think they dragged it out a little bit too long. When Yuri was getting a bit frustrated, like, come on, just tell me what the card is then. I was a bit like, yeah, come on, Yusho, just say it. Because he has to go to all this elaborate detail of how he knew the card. And do I believe his explanation, the fact that he watched him duel once and was like, I've determined that super polymerization is your ace. The card you're going for. Yeah, right, I'll go with that. I actually thought that was pretty unique for the Yu-Gi-Oh series. I don't think I've seen someone try and, like, predict a face down. They probably have, but I mean, like, they've sort of deduced it with, like witnessing something before and, like, sort of figuring out, like, with all these different things. I thought that was quite unique for anyway. But other than that, I'm liking where the series is going. I'm enjoying what's happening so far. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the next episode, because we see sort of Yuri sort of take the advantage, but then he's tricked by Yusho because Yusho appears out of the smoke and everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. What do we think is going to happen? Do we think Yuri and Yugioh will be around for a few more episodes? Or do you think that as soon as this duel is over, they're going to get absorbed and then the Zark final arc will probably start? Want to hear your thoughts and theories? Thanks for watching.